All right, before we get started with our next program or our next function that we're going to write, I wanted to take a second to show you a couple things that I've changed in the program since the last video. So one of the things is that I changed the 10,000 to 99,999 just to give us a bigger range for calculating our problems. And then I also I want to come down here and I added an extra print command down here. This is in our while loop that we're actually calling our function. And I added an extra line to say you've answered however many questions correctly out of 10 that we've got to answer before it moves on to the next section. So those are the only two things that I've modified, but just trying to clean it up. And this is kind of the way that when you're going through and writing an application, as you're testing it, you're kind of seeing things that irritate you or things that, well, I wish I had this or I wish I had that. And that's what makes a program evolve into something that people actually want to use. So everything that we're doing here, you could take, so let's just say, for example, that you wanted to go and learn how to program this type of an application for an iPhone to run on an iPad or an iPhone. Well, you can take every single thing that we just did. You can go over to the Swift programming language. You can do some Googles or DuckDuckGos, whatever you like doing, and develop the application over there just like you're doing here. It's a little bit more complex over there because you're dealing with a user interface, but it's the same logic. The same stuff that we're doing here goes over there just perfectly. So now that we got that out of the way, I want to mention a couple things. I did switch over to my editor of choice. I'm actually in VI instead of Visual Studio Code, primarily because the keys and stuff aren't working over there exactly the way that I want them to. So it's faster for me to do it over here because I'm used to the VI editor. But Visual Studio is still a fine choice for doing what you're doing. Eventually, if you want to learn VI, I may do a video on that as well. But so right now what we have is we have a definition for add, subtract. And again, that's a function that we're dealing with. So we've got a function called add, subtract. And then if we come down here at the bottom, we have a while loop that's looping forever. It looks to see how many, if we've gotten 10 right answers, and then it calls this function. It looks at the responses and then deals with what it's got to deal with. So the next function that we want to write is the ability to practice multiplication. And so it's really going to be quite simple. And this is something else that you'll do a lot in programming is you'll take code that you had written earlier, tweak it a little bit, and you end up with a new function without having to write, without having to do everything from scratch every time. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab this function. So we'll start off here and we'll copy that. And then I'm going to come right down here below it and I'm going to paste it. Now I'm going to put a comment up here at the top and we're going to say add, subtract, or actually we're going to say multiplication practice function. And then we're just going to change this function name to multiplication practice. We're going to come down here to the bottom because we've got an end of function down here as well. So we're going to come down here to the bottom and we're going to change this to end of multiplication practice. And that just gives us a way to quickly see that we're at the beginning and end of a function. And that's not required. It's just something that I'm doing because of the way Python's laid out. Okay, so let's go up here to the top of this function and see what we would need to change. Well, we don't need an operator anymore because we're only doing multiplication. So we don't need to know if we're doing addition, subtraction. So we can delete that line. We still need two numbers to work with. We're going to get rid of the operator part here because we don't need the if else. All we're going to have is a question. The question is not going to be asking for addition. It's going to be asking for multiplication. So we're going to change that to a multiplication. We're still going to be getting our answer. we still need to look in this try except block to deal with hitting Q or hitting a bad character. So we still need the try except block. And looking at this is just getting the answer. This is checking to see if it's a Q. This is checking to see if it's a bad answer. So that block is okay. Down here, we don't need to deal with the operator, so we can delete this. We can come down here and get rid of this else because that was part of the operator thing for plus and minus. So now, again, for Python code, everything's got to line up with these tabs, so we want to make sure we line this back up. So it was lined up one to the right because we had an if-else condition that this was in. So now that we've removed that, we need to move this back to the left one space. So now we are looking for final answer, and we're looking to compare it, but we want to make sure that this is multiplication, not division, not adding and subtracting. And finally, down here, we're going to do the same thing to give them the correct answer. So that pretty much takes care of our multiplication practice function. So now let's take a look at the code we have down here in the main part of the code. So we're going to grab this. Again, I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it down here. And we're going to say dealing with multiplication practice. All right, we still need to track correct answers because we need 10. So that's all going to be the same, except here we're not going to be calling add subtract. We're going to be calling multiplication practice. And then we are going to do our correct answers in our queue. We're going to do this. We're still going to show you the correct answers. So everything else is pretty much the same. Now, to test this, I don't want to have to sit here and loop through 10 addition and subtraction questions before I do this. So I am going to use my editor here to allow me to comment all of this out so that it's not part of what we're actually testing right now. And so I am going to, this is a little different than what we were doing earlier. I'm going to close the file real quick, and we're going to run Python 3 dailytest.py to test this. And we have an error, and the error is on line 49. And it looks like, let's see what we got on line 49. So we have question, we got string first number, plus asterisk, plus string second number. And it gave us plus this. And then we got answer input question. So what is the problem there? It says inconsistent use of tabs and spaces in indentation. Oh boy. Okay, so I have VI set to, my VI editor set to use tabs, and the Python, the Visual Studio thing, was using spaces. So you'll see here that this stuff is spacing over, and when you get down here to this guy, it's a tab. So let's see, the quickest way to fix this for right now is I'm just going to use spaces. We'll have to make sure that all of these guys are still using spaces, and then we'll probably have to fix this stuff down. Well, no, because we didn't mess with any of this, so that may be the only line we got to mess with. And then I'll fix my editor so we don't have this problem again. All right, so we got another problem on inconsistent tabs. This is on line 62. So go back up here to 62. Yeah. So we'll insert and space that over. Looks like we got the problem here too. And this is going to be the same problem. And here as well. This is such a pain. Okay, so now let's try this again. We should be okay. All right, so now it's given us our multiplication. We're going to quit this. So that exited the application. So now we'll go in and give it a wrong answer. That tells us that we have a wrong answer. And then let's go in here and actually work one of these. So we've got 16740 times 78890. So that is going to be 1320619, and this is an E9, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, or let's see, that's that. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, and I put that in wrong, but in any case, my phone doesn't go up high enough. Actually, let me see if I turn my phone this way. Yeah, okay, so let's do this next problem. We need to check and make sure that everything is working. So 7.5, and this is, another thing to keep in mind is that testing is 9/10 of putting a really good program out there. So if you don't test it, 6, 8, 1, 2, 8, 5, 6, 7, 2, and we've got a correct answer, and we have 1 of 10 answered correctly. So all of that is working. So we're going to quit this, go back into the code, and the last thing we'll do is we'll uncomment this code because we want to make sure that we don't forget and leave the stuff commented out. All right, so the next thing that we do is we're going to be working on our multiplication tables. So our next function is going to be a little different than these two because we want to actually work on multiplication questions, which are going to be smaller than these questions are here. So that'll be our next video, and hopefully you understand everything that we did in this one.